Intended audience is 13 and up. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at Burn FIREBLAZE 135 Metal Sharp. So this is another one of those Beyblades that belongs to a character that I thought would be cooler, but ended up being Jenga's dad. So this comes with the FIREBLAZE clear wheel, the burn wheel, 135, and Metal Sharp. So the burn wheel itself is really good. 135 is kind of a tall track, and Metal Sharp's not amazing. So we're gonna go with Metal Face Light, Cancer. We're gonna stick with the burn wheel, of course, which I'm using the gold version because it looks really cool. The 85 spin track and Metal Flat. So I don't do a lot of stamina builds, mostly because the battles are not super engaging, but as I start to run out of wheels to make and do attack combos, we're gonna have to branch out. So let's go ahead and throw it up against some stock combos. I'm not going to do like 3 matches for each Beyblade just because this would take forever and you guys would be watching the stalling basically for half an hour. So we're going to structure things a little bit differently. So first up is going to be Rock Leone, Kiyoya's Beyblade. So if you don't know already, a Metal Flat is a really good tip for stalling. It has really good stamina, so the objective is just to basically flat launch and outspin your opponent without making contact. So obviously the most engaging battles you can watch. However, Metal Flat can be used for attack as well. So if you end up in a position where it's not a stamina matchup, or you need to try to attempt KO, you can flower pattern Metal Flat and try to get a KO that way. So it is kind of versatile. And Burn's a pretty heavy wheel, so you can get KOs with it. Obviously, there's not a lot of recoil on the wheel, but if you're up against the wall and you have to either do that or lose, then you can try it. So my cat Ash is very vocal while I was making this video. He really wanted to be involved. He's just like hanging out next to the box that I'm filming in. Poor guy. And Burn takes the point, unsurprisingly, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. So next up we've got Kenta's Beyblade, Flame Sagittario. So, like I said, I do want to do different builds. I don't want to just do attack builds. I would like to do stamina and defense as well. There's a lot to cover. However, as you can see, the battles are not super engaging, not super fun to watch. So if you guys want me to continue to do videos like this, let me know in the comments and hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. That's the biggest thing. If nobody watches the videos, then it's hard to keep making them. So that's why I've been mostly sticking to attack, because they're the most interesting to watch. So Burn is able to take the second match as well against Flame Sagittario. So next up we're going to go against Earth Eagle, Tsubasa's Beyblade. So, and if you guys aren't already subscribed, please hit that sub button. 83% of you guys are not subscribed. So I guess while we're just sitting watching the Burn stall, it gives me an opportunity to talk. So we'll talk about kind of some of my plans coming up. So I'm continuing the 2004 Championship Series. I'm going to do a second round for that, with a stadium that is more similar to what they used in the tournament. I'm also going to tone down my combo a little bit at the request of a couple people. And then I found 7 of the national tournament winning combos. So I'll be able to make videos on those as well. I think that'll be super fun. If you haven't watched that video, it's my most popular video right now, which is crazy. So it's pretty close here, but Earth actually takes the win. So we're actually going to go a second round, and I'm going to show you that you can flower pattern with this and get a KO that way. So yeah, if you end up in a position where you can't outstall, then you can always try to flower pattern and get a KO. Next up is Flame Libra, use Beyblade. So I am planning on doing a video on, I think it's the 2012 World Championship, which was Metal Flight. I've been watching like the tournament footage and stuff, and man, they watered it down. Like, it's so lame. I feel bad because like the first one was so epic, like there was huge crowds, they had this huge stadium, and then the Metal Fight one, like you guys just gotta watch it. It's pretty bad. There's like nobody there, there's no hype. They're using just like standard stadiums. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I'm still gonna make a video on it, but I feel like I'm gonna have to do some editing work to make it look interesting. So Burn is able to knock Flame Libra off balance and take the win fairly easily. So on to the next one. We've got Cyber Pegasus Sora's Beyblade. So if you guys saw my previous video, I did an upgrade of Cyber Pegasus, and a few people mentioned that I could try it as a staller, and I could do that and may potentially do that, but the main issue remains the same, and that is that the weight distribution of the Metal Wheel Cyber is not good. So Burn has really good weight distribution that makes it conducive to stalling. Same thing with like Bakushin. It just they've got good weight distribution that works well with stalling, which is typically outer weight distribution. And Cyber Pegasus doesn't have good outer weight distribution. It's also one of the things that makes for a good attack type is having that distribution on the outside towards the outer edge. It increases, you know, the impact, basically the inertia. So without that, it leaves it with not much going for it. So one of the other tips that you can use is Hole Flat for stalling. It's a pretty good substitute if you don't have Metal Flat, since that can be kind of hard to get. So, and Burn beating down Cyber here, taking the win. Next up, we're going into the competitive combos to see how it fares against those. So first up is Virgo on BD, and I'll tell you right now that outstalling BD with Metal Flat is very unlikely to happen. So best bet is to Flower Pattern and try to get a KO, which we do here. So we do try it again in the second round, and unfortunately it doesn't pan out. So it ends up going to a stamina battle. So Burn works pretty well on BD as well. If you guys want to try that, if you don't have Virgo, it can be a decent substitute, I guess. Next up, we've got Earth on 90 CS. So usually stallers are going to do well against defense types or sort of hybrid stamina defense builds. So that is why I flat launched against Earth, thinking that it wouldn't have too much trouble outspinning this. And by the time they make contact, Earth is basically out of stamina. Burn takes the win. Next up, we've got Bakushin Leon 85 Rubber Shark. So same sort of thing. We're just going to flat launch here and outstall it. Shouldn't be too much issue at all. In fact, I didn't even launch too hard, just to try to minimize the length time of the match, because honestly, these are pretty lengthy. And sort of same thing as the Earth combo, by the time they get close enough to hit, Bakushin's basically already out of stamina. So next up, we've got Flame 230 CS. So Flame historically is kind of hard to deal with, but stalling is a fairly safe option as far as trying to get a win condition. So you can use Burn or Bakushin. I'm sure there's some others that you could probably throw together to outstall Flame 230. But this one works pretty well. And Burn takes it with a decent amount of stamina to spare. So next up, we've got our Gravity combo, which is also on Metal Flat, so this might be a little dicey. I do think Burn has the advantage here. I think it's a little better for stamina, but Gravity is probably better for attack. So if you're building one or the other, it's kind of like up to you. So Gravity is probably going to be more versatile as far as attack goes, but Burn I think is probably going to have better stamina. And Burn is able to take the win here. So overall, I think this combo is pretty good. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments. And again, whether or not you want me to do more stamina type builds. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next one.